Right, welcome back to second half action in this game between Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. This is using a new quick play football game. I think I'm leaning toward no huddle football. So I think I had suggested that, and that's getting a good response from people in a poll that I asked about the name. So I think we're heading that way. And if you called it that, it wouldn't offend me. All right, we're starting the second half. It's 14-10. Tampa Bay over Los Angeles. LA's going to get the ball. They actually won the toss in the first half and deferred. So Tampa Bay got the ball first, and it's going to be Los Angeles. First and 10. So it's going to be the third quarter, drive number 7 for Los Angeles. And it's going to be 14:45. First and 10. Let's figure out where the Rams are going to take over. So here's the kickoff from Tampa Bay. Home team, away team, so LA wins the advantage roll there. So it's going to be 5. So 59-yard kick. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 59, down to the 6-yard line. And Tampa Bay wins the return roll. So a 5. Their kick return is 20, so it's going to be 15 yards. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, out to the 21-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Los Angeles out to the 21, starting from the 21-yard line. And I've updated everything here. I'll show you afterward. There's a little cheat sheet under here as well that will help you, so you can kind of see some of the different roles, explosive plays, big plays, like trying to remember some of the things that are a little bit deeper into the guide and maybe things that you won't use quite as often, so that you don't have to look straight at the guide all the time. Under the Rams, there's also an onside kick play. There's a Hail Mary play, just to give you something to work with. If you want to change the numbers on that, you can. It's just from the research I've done. Those are pretty good percentages that you can use. So it's not a lot of like straight data out there that you're going to pull from a database or something, but some data is available. I don't know if it's anecdotal, but either way, it just gives a good starting point. If it doesn't feel right, change those numbers to something that does feel right to you. Okay, here's first play from scrimmage in the second half for LA. Red is going to be for the the team on offense, black for the team on defense. Nobody has any sort of momentum advantage at this point. LA's momentum went away at the halftime. So 8-8 straight up roll. LA has a +1 on offense. Tampa has a +1 on defense. So that's just a straight roll that goes to Los Angeles. And that's going to be an 80, which is a rush for 7 yards. And the player looks like Sony Michel. And so that brings up second down and 3 from the 28. So a 7-2, back to LA. There's another run, and this time for 1 yard. Brings up third and 2 from the 29. 13:45 left. So that's a rush to 42. That's Sony Michel again. So a couple of runs here, trying to establish the run for LA. And another win for the Rams. 72 is going to be another run. So trying to pound it at them, another 7 yards. And that's going to go to Michel again. So a steady dose of the run game. That's a first and 10 down to the 36. 13, 15 left. LA trying to reestablish. They're down 14-10 in this one. It's a tie. Tie goes to the offense. 64, another run, and 4 yards on the rush, and that is to Sony Michel. Second down and 6 from the 40. Okay. Here is a win for the defense, so 8-2, and that's going to be a defensive stop. So that's a big stop on a second down and 6 plays. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 40. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. In the quarter. This is going to be a pass play, so Rams are going to throw a pass. They get the win, and the pass goes for 8 yards. And that's going to be a first down. As they get just past the sticks, who does it go to? 48. 48 is Jefferson. So 12 minutes left, and that's going to be a first down and 10 from the 48-yard line, from their own 48. That's another win for the defense. Oh, and we got a big play. 44 is not listed here, though, so we're just going to call that a defensive stop. I've considered doing 10 opportunities here. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for each team. So that's about what was that? That's a 6% chance on every roll. So I don't know. To me, that feels right. There probably shouldn't be a lot of like huge momentum swings in the game. But if you're playing it and you have different ideas about it, or it just doesn't feel like enough, we could probably add some even numbers in there all along the way. So that was a defensive stop, and LA, another defensive win, and that's going to be another defensive stop. So 11 and a half minutes left, and this drive is threatening to get bogged down at midfield, which actually happens quite a lot in professional football. In between the 30 and the 30, a lot of drives stall out. So what do we have? We have third down. The Bucs are going to get an extra +1 because it's third down. So they actually have a +1 advantage overall. LA gets 1 on offense. Bucs get 1 on defense, +1. So they have +2. And third down and 10. And LA is going to have to win this roll by they need to at least be within. Well, they got to win the roll by 1, I guess, at least, in order to not lose it. A tie is going to go to Tampa Bay because they have an extra +1. All right, so I'm trying to think. I thought I was. Oh, it's going to be a pass. So on the confrontation roll, it's a 9-2. Defense wins that one, so it's going to be a stop at least. Excuse me, and it is a defensive stop, so they get 3 and out here. Once they get to the 48-yard line. So it's 11 minutes and 15 seconds left. Brings up 4th and 10 at the 48-yard line, and that's going to lead to a punt. So good defense by Tampa Bay, and LA stalls out in the first drive of the second half. Here's the punt. The advantage is home team, away team, so advantage goes to Los Angeles. It's going to be 44 + 4, so 48-yard punt. And on the punt return, LA with the advantage, and it's going to be 7 - 3 is a 4, so 4 yards on the return, and that's going to be from Darden. So it's really like a 44-yard punt is how we'll treat it. So from the 48, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. So down to the 8-yard line. So deep in their own territory, Tampa Bay will start their first drive of the third quarter, which is drive number 7 for them as well. 11 minutes left in the quarter. And now possession goes back to Tampa Bay. Again, Tampa Bay with a +1 on offense. LA has no advantage on the defense, so Tampa just has a +1 all the way through. Let's see if that affects them. Excuse me. It will right here on this first play. So instead of a 7, it's an 8. And an 8 to an 8 goes to the offense. And that'll be a running play for Tampa Bay for 5 yards. Brings up second down and 5 from the 13. Yeah, it was a rush to number 50, Fournette. Not that he is number 50, but it was a 50. Okay, so second play from scrimmage is going to be a win for Tampa Bay. A 98, another run. And this time it's going to be for 3 yards. And that rush goes to Fournette. So both teams coming out in the second half trying to establish the run. And third down and 2 from the 16-yard line. 10 minutes left in the quarter. 4 to a 4, that'll go to Tampa Bay. And 11 is, we got a penalty. So on the pass rush roll, the play type roll, if you roll a double, then that's when we need to head to the big plays. So the big play for 1-1 is a penalty on the defense. So let's roll to see what the penalty is. The penalty, and we're going by the red die, just a 1d10. Penalty on the defense is a 5. That's going to be an offside. So I should put it here. So it's going to be no time off the clock, but first and 10, as that penalty pushes them to a first down. So maybe a hard count from Brady there, got him offside. First and 10 from the 21. This goes to Tampa Bay. Remember, they have a +1, and there's no +1 for the Rams defense. Again, another big play. This is going to be a run after contact. And when you do a run after contact, I think I actually have that one here on the top. Yeah. So you roll 1d10 die, and you add the result to the doubles roll. So the doubles roll here is a 5-5, so 10. And then there's run after contact. So it's get a little extra yardage there for a big run. And so we're going to roll and look at the red die. So 10 plus 10, 20 yards. So after contact, he makes a big play. And that's going to be a rush for 20 yards. So that's a big run. And that goes to who? That's going to be Fournette as he breaks off a run. So a good sequence there by Tampa Bay. There's a first and 10 from the 31 as they begin to climb out of their own territory. 9.5 minutes left in the quarter. Another win by Tampa Bay. 13 is going to be a pass, and that goes for 7 yards. So Tampa's first pass of the second half goes to 51. That'll be Gronk. And that goes for 7 yards, brings up second down and 3 from the 38. And here's our first win for Los Angeles. And that's going to be a big play. But a 22 is an even number, so it's not going to be any actual big play. I guess because we had a big play, we should give these guys their +1 advantage. So that's going to go to the end of the quarter. Sometimes on the big plays, I get so excited about the big play, I forget. So 8 45. Sorry, that was a stop. This brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 38. And big play here for both teams. Now Tampa has a +2 advantage on the Rams for this roll. So still doesn't matter here. It's a 4-3, so that's going to be a win for the defense, and that's going to be a defensive stop on 3rd and 3 as they shut down the Tampa Bay offense. 8.5 minutes left. It's 4th down and 3 from the 38-yard line, and that's going to be lead to a punt. And so let's see who gets the advantage on the punt. Home team, away team. So the advantage goes to LA. And so it's going to be 42 minus 10 is a 32-yard punt. Not a good punt. Let's see about the return. It's even. Let's roll again. So home team, away team, 3-2 is 7. So Tampa Bay with the advantage. So punt return -5. So 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 yards on the return. That's going to be from number 92, Powell. So it's really like a 26-yard punt, which is not so swell. Let's see, 38, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down to the 36-yard line. Not too bad, but definitely not as good as it could have been. So 1st and 10 for Los Angeles. 3rd quarter's their 8th drive. 8:15 left in the quarter, and position goes over to Los Angeles. Now remember, the Bucs have the advantage here, so they're a +2 on defense. LA's a +1 on offense, and that means that Tampa has the advantage now. So we'll see if that helps them on the defensive side. It does here, so a 4-2. That's a defensive win, and that's going to be a defensive stop. So 2nd down and 10 from the 36. 8 minutes left in the quarter. 5-3. So that's really like a 6-5. So it's going to be a win for LA. 60 is a run, and 10 yards. They've been run happy here in the start of the second half. The rush goes to Michelle, who's already racked up 14, 15, 19, 29 yards just since the start of the second half. So 1st and 10, 7.5 minutes left in the quarter. That's going to be a win for the defense. And a big play is going to be a pick. So Stafford back, and he throws a pick to 82. Let's see, we're looking at our interceptions here. 82 will go to Antoine Winfield Jr. So interception. And we got to see how far down the field it was. So we roll 2 D10s. We add them together, 17. And so that's going to be 17 yards down the field from the line of scrimmage. So we got our 46. And it's going to be 10, 20, 1, 2, 3. So down to the 37. So it'll be 1st and 10. So that's a big play here. Nothing happens because Tampa Bay already had the momentum. So you can't get double momentum. You just have the momentum, and it really, you feel these kind of swings sometimes in the game. So 7 minutes and 7 minutes straight up. So Tampa takes over. 7 minutes left in the quarter, and that's a big turnover from Los Angeles as they were in good field position around midfield. But now it's going to be Tampa ball at the 37, their own 37. And here is and remember they have the advantage, so +2 on offense and 0 on defense, right? So it's going to be tough to beat them on the advantage roll. So this goes to the Bucks, and a 23 is a pass, and that's going to be for 11 yards. So it'll go to 84, which is Brait, backup tight end. So 6.5 left, 1st and 10 from the 48. So this is a familiar position for them. That's where they were last time. Oh, they were at the 38. Got a leaner there. So 1 to a 1, that's going to go to Tampa Bay. And a 9 is a pass, and this will go for another 11 yards. And who is the receiver on that? That's a 32. That'll be to Mike Evans. So another 1st down, 2 in a row. Get 2, so down to the 41. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Tampa Bay's up 14-10 as they move over into enemy territory. 8 to an 8, that's going to go to Tampa Bay. Here's a 93. This is a rush for 1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40. And that rush goes to 79, which is Jones. 5.5 minutes left in the quarter. It's going to go to Tampa again, and that'll be a pass for 5 yards. So short pass there, and that pass goes to 44. That's Gronk again. And 3rd down and 4 from the 36. 5 minutes left. Yeah, I'm really seeing how this one plays out and see if they can make a play. But this looks like a defensive stop. So a 10, to a 7 is going to be a defensive stop. And that's a big one as the Rams defense bends, but it does a break. Brings up 4th down and 4 from the 36. And that's going to be 4:45 left in the quarter. So that's a 53-yarder. We're going to give them an opportunity to do that. I believe that they can. Most NFL kickers can kick a 53-yarder. What we're going to do is we're going to take 10% off. So it's going to be a 1 to a 70. Just because it's past his maximum range. But 53 yards is not out of the realm of possibility. So let's see. 70, a 1 to a 70, it's good. Otherwise, it is missed. 63, so that's good. So Tampa Bay adds 3. Field goal, 53 yards. And Tampa adds on 3. So 17-10 is our score on that scoring drive. So we're going to go back to LA. This will be 3rd quarter and their 9th drive. So that takes 15 seconds. We're at 4:45. That takes 15 seconds off for the field goal. And we got to get the kickoff here. Kickoff goes to Tampa Bay. So that's a 1. So it's going to be a 65-yard kick that goes down to the goal line. So we're going to run that one back. This goes to Tampa Bay as well. And it's 1 less than the kick return, which is 19. So we're going to bring that out to the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Los Angeles, 4:15 left in the quarter. Remember, at the quarter, this advantage runs out if Los Angeles doesn't hit on a big play first. 17-10 is our score here in Los Angeles. Tampa Bay up on the Rams. The Rams made a good stop there. Key stop on 3rd and 4 after giving up several yards on offense. Los Angeles with no advantage. In fact, Tampa Bay has a +1 advantage while they're on defense. Doesn't matter here, so LA wins the roll. That's going to be a pass, and that'll be for 15 yards. So you can see that just because Tampa has the advantage doesn't mean that they're going to win or not give up big plays. This goes to Cooper Kupp. Kupp is like a 1 to 35, so 35% of their receptions went to Cooper Kupp. 1st and 10 from the 34. That should be 345. And this goes to the defense. And that's a defensive stop on 1st down. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 34. 3.5 minutes left in the quarter. And back to the offense. And a 55 is a big play. So that's going to be a run after contact. So we got our 10. We'll roll the D10. That's 4. So that's going to be a 14-yard play. More importantly, it takes off this momentum play and gives momentum back to Los Angeles with that big run. So this goes to the end of the half. So that's going to be a big one as Los Angeles is down in this game. They needed that momentum pretty desperately. 80 is to Henderson. So that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 48. 3 minutes left in the quarter. And now Los Angeles has momentum till the end of the half. And you can see the swing there. So it's +2 on offense, +1 on defense. So they have a +1 advantage now. And the tables have basically just flipped on them. 10 to a 10, that's going to go to LA. And 88 is no big play here. So 88 is just going to be a run. And that'll be for 7 yards. And that goes to 60 is Henderson again. So a couple of really nice runs here by Henderson. Takes it down to the Tampa Bay 45. It's going to be 2nd and 3 with 2.5 minutes left. Seven to a 9. So it's like really a 10 to a 9. So that's the advantage to the defense. And a 96 is going to be, or 69 is going to be a defensive stop. So they get a big stop on 2nd and 3, brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 45. And let's see if LA can make a play here. I'm not keeping up with my clock here very well. This should be 2:30, and this should be 2:15. That's probably why it feels like I'm not keeping up with it. Okay, 3rd down and 3. This roll goes to, so 4 to a 5. That goes to the defense, and that's going to be a big stop at midfield for the defense. So 2 minutes left. It is 4th down and 3 from the 45. Gonna go for it here. So out of field goal range and got the momentum. So they got a +1 on the offense. So LA's going to go for it. The gamble does not pay off as the defense stiffens and makes the stop on 4th down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 45. 1:45 left, and Tampa Bay takes over. So all the advantage was in their favor, and they still couldn't make it happen. All right, so 1:45 left in the quarter, and Tampa Bay takes over. Again, they're even now, so +1 on offense, +1 on defense. And that's going to be a roll to the defense. A 22 on the defense is nothing. So just a defensive stop because it's an even number. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the 45. So 1:30 is left. We got one more play. We'll flip it over. 2 to an 8, again, goes to the defense. And that's another defensive stop. So lots of defense here. Not much offense. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 45 with 1:15 left. In the quarter. Here is a win to Tampa Bay. And that's going to be a 33. This is going to be a big play. This is an explosive play. So what we do on an explosive play is we roll these two, and instead of adding them, we combine them. So like this roll would be a 33. So big potential for a big play, depending on what this number is. This number is a 31. So 31-yard play. And we got to decide, was it we don't know if it was a pass or not. So let's just see. It's an 84. So that's a 31-yard run. So to decide pass or rush, we can just roll that roll and get that. So that's going to be a 31-yard run that Fournette busts out as he breaks free. And that's going to be down to 45 seconds left. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the, let's just figure that out. So 10, 20, 30, 1. So down to the 24-yard line. So explosive plays are no joke. If the amount of the explosive play is greater than what you needed, greater than 55, then that would have been a touchdown. So explosive plays are game changer plays. And in fact, this has changed the momentum. So momentum goes back to Tampa Bay, and they get the half. So they have the momentum until things change or the half comes. A 4 to a 4. So that's going to be a +2 and a 0 here. So that goes to Tampa Bay. An 18 is a pass. And that's going to be for 11 yards. And the pass goes to 88, which is great. So big turn of events here as Tampa has the momentum now. They're down to the -13. So down to the 13-yard line, 15 seconds left. This will be the last play of the quarter. And Tampa is knocking at the door. Bucks with the advantage again. And an 88 is nothing over here. So that's going to be a running play. And that'll go for 6 yards. The rusher was Fournette, who I guess caught his breath after that 31-yard run, and brings up 2nd down and 4 from the 7-yard line. And it's going to start the next half. This will be the 4th quarter, and we'll start the 4th here. You could use this for downs if you wanted to keep track of downs. I use it as a quarter. This is posted, by the way, over at the link in the description where you can get the teams and the momentum cards, and now the big play cards and all that kind of stuff. I also have a little bit of I probably can't see it on the video very well, but it's got, how much time to take off for each thing, including sort of 2-minute drill type stuff in the 2nd and the 4th quarters. So teams trying to drive down the field, and it only takes 15 seconds off inside of the 4th quarter, and the 2nd quarter inside of 2 minutes. So from here on. Okay, 15 minutes left in the game. It is 17. So let's go ahead and I'm keeping my score over here. It's 17 to 10. And Tampa Bay won that quarter 3-0. So a lot of defense actually in that 3rd quarter. But Tampa Bay is at the doorstep there at the 7-yard line of Los Angeles. It is 2nd down and 4. And let's see if they can knock it in. That's an 8 to a 2. That's going to be For the Bucks, a 20 is a pass, and an 11 is going to be a touchdown. Let's put 7 there. So a 7-yard touchdown pass from Brady to 13. That's Godwin. So TD pass, Brady to Godwin. And the extra point, an 88. Extra point is good. To check on that one. So let's be 7 more. So that's going to be a 24-10 lead as Tampa Bay extends the lead here. And so LA will take over in the fourth quarter with their 10th drive. Yeah. So we have there, and we'll have there for the kickoff. So 1st and 10 on their 10th drive, and we'll figure out what the yardage is on that. So Brady leads Tampa Bay down the field on the strength of this long 31-yard run by Fournette. And let's figure out the kick situation. So home team, LA with the advantage. So it's the kickoff -7, which is a 57-yard kickoff. This is 60, 1, 2, 3. So down to the 8-yard line. And the advantage on the return goes to the Bucks. And that'll be 7 off the return, so 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13 out to the 21-yard line. And that'll be where Los Angeles starts this drive to start the fourth quarter. Bucks have a +1 advantage while Los Angeles is on offense. And let's see how this game turns out. 14-15 left in the game. That's going to be advantage to the defense. A 33 is going to be a big play. It's going to be a tackle for loss. So let's figure out how many yards were lost. 9 yards. So -9 yards on the play, and the tackle for loss goes to Barrett, Shaq Barrett, as he busts through the line and brings down the back in the backfield. And that's going to be a tackle for loss. So it brings down 2nd and 19 at the 12-yard line. So 13:45 left in the game. So that's a 6 to a 5. So advantage to Los Angeles. Here's a pass. And they're going to get 12 on the pass. So they do get some of that yardage back. And the pass goes to 47, which is Jefferson. So it brings up 3rd and 7. So definitely manageable from the 24. And this will be 13-15 left in the half, left in the game. And a 10, so a 12 to a 9. That's an advantage to the defense. And the defense comes up big and makes a stop on 3rd down. So it brings up 4th and 7 from the 24. It's going to force a punt. And 13 minutes left in the game. So who has the advantage on the punt? It's going to be Los Angeles. And that's going to be 44 plus 5, 49-yard punt. So a good one. And the punt return. Advantage to Los Angeles. So punt return -3 is only a 4-yard return. And that'll be to Darden. All right, so let's figure that out. So it's going to be a 45-yard punt, basically from the 24. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down to the 31. So good job salvaging that, forcing Tampa Bay to start a little bit farther back. So fourth, this is their 11th drive. Tampa Bay's 10th drive as well of the game. 12:45 left in the game. Tampa Bay with the ball and the momentum. And let's see what happens here. So it's going to be Tampa with a 100. So that's a big play. And they come right back with a TD, a long TD. So what is that? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus 9, 69-yard TD. Let's see if it's a pass or a run. But right out of the gate, Tampa Bay with a bang, bang pass for 69 yards. And that goes to number 92, who is Johnson, wide receiver 4, as they bust out with a TD pass from Brady to Johnson. And just like that, you can see the big play comes into play. And so that's going to be a TD pass. Brady to Johnson. Extra point is good. And that extends the Tampa Bay lead to 28-31 to 10. So turned into a romp here in Los Angeles. Fourth down, let's be there. I don't think we took anything off of that, so it's going to be down to 12-15, 12 on the kick, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from wherever. All right, so the kickoff goes to Tampa Bay. So it's going to be a 6 plus a 64 is a 70. That's into the end zone. We'll just take a touchback on that. And LA takes over. 12 minutes left in the game, and they are down 31 to 10 as Tampa Bay has exploded for some big plays here in the second half. There's going to be Los Angeles. That will be a pass for 11 yards. Undeterred, Stafford comes back, and that's going to be to 44, Jefferson. First down and 10 at the 36. 11 minutes left in the game. 11:30 left in the game. And it's going to be advantage to the defense. And that's a defensive stop. 2nd down and 10 from the 36. There is to the offense. And that's going to be another pass. And that'll be for 6 yards. Pass goes to 48 Jefferson again. Brings up 3rd down and 4 from the 42. 10 minutes and 45 seconds left. Here's a defensive stop, and that's going to be a big stop. 4th and 4 from the 42. I think you got to go for it here. So 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. And we're going to throw a pass. So see if they can win the advantage roll. They do. And the pass goes for 13. So a big 4th down play there. Stafford connects with who? He connects with number 94. That's going to be Henderson. He connects with the running back out of the backfield for a big play. And so that'll be 1st down and 10. And that's an 8 plus 5, 45, down to the 45. And 10 minutes left in the ball game. So big pickup there for Los Angeles, if nothing for their own posterity. And there's a defensive win. Now it's going to be a defensive stop. Brings up second down and 10 from the 45. 9:45 left in the game. And that's going to be a win to Los Angeles. Another pass. And that'll go for 18, so that's a good pass. To who? To 87. 87 is Odell Beckham. And brings up first and 10 from the 30, 20, 27. So pretty good pickup there. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left as LA is driving down the field. They get another pickup there. 41 is a pass, and that's for 12 yards as they're eating up some real estate. Now, it's a day late and $1 short, maybe. There's a 35. That's to Cooper Kupp. Kupp's been relatively silent here. Not completely, but not really busting out in this game. Replayed the Super Bowl. He had 8 catches for about 80 yards. And it's going to be a defensive stop, and that will go to second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. LA doesn't have a red zone, so they don't get a +1 in the red zone. However, Tampa Bay does. This goes to the offense. And 8 and a 6 is an 86, so it's going to be a running play for 5 yards. The run goes to Sony Michel. Brings up third down and 5 from the 10-yard line. 8 minutes left in the game. Definitely in 4-down territory here, so they're going to need it because that's a defensive stop. Definitely going to have to go for it here on 4th and 5 from the 10. So 7 minutes and 45 left in the game. And this is going to be the game here. So let's throw a pass. Number 1, we'll call out the pass. So that's going to be to LA. The pass is for 13 yards, and that's going to be a TD. So 10-yard TD. So a touchdown pass. Stafford to somebody. That's going to be Cooper Kupp. Kupp enters the picture. And that's going to be a 10-yard pass, and that will take us down to 7:15 in the game. Actually, it'll be less than that. It'll be 7. So, with the kickoff. All right, let's check the extra point. And extra point is good. So the score is now 31-17. 31-17, still down by 2 touchdowns. Not out of the realm of possibility, just not probable. What we're going to do is we're going to do an onside kick, and we have right here, onside kick, 1 to an 87, receiving team recovers, 88 to 100. So onside kicks are about a 12%, 13% average for the kicking team to recover. So 88 to 100 is the kicking team, 1 to 87 is the receiving team. So let's see if LA has a miracle. And they don't, 64, so that's going to be to the receiving team. And Tampa Bay is going to take over. And basically at the 45, right? So that's, we'll just consider that to be 10 yards down the field. So we're getting there, and I might have to leave pretty soon. This game is all but wrapped up. with 7 minutes left. Tampa Bay does have the +1 advantage, by the way. But this goes to the defense, and salvation for the defense, I get that at this point is going to be, can they make a big play? We're going to get a running play, 6:45. Tampa Bay is going to run the ball, so if they do win the roll, they're going to run the ball. They have a +2. LA has nothing there, so it's going to be a 3 to a 3. That goes to Tampa Bay, and that's a 1-yard rush. So 3rd and 9 at the 44. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. Yeah, that's a rush to number 40. That's Fournette. Okay, and we're still doing good on the recording. So a rush to Fournette, 3rd down and 9. 6:15 left in the game, and this is going to be a pass play. So that goes to the defense, and that's a defensive stop on the pass. So no yards, 4th down and 9. It's going to lead to a punt. So 6 minutes left in the game, and the punt goes to Tampa Bay. So that's going to be 10 plus their 42 is 52. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So that comes out to the, I can't remember if it comes out to the 20 or the 25. Yeah, the 20. I want to say it's the 20 on a punt. Maybe somebody can correct me there. I don't want to punish them unnecessarily, but I think that's where it comes out to the 20. So that's a punt, no return. 5:45 left in the half in the game. LA with the ball, and it's going to be a win for the defense, and that's going to be a defensive stop on 1st down. At this point, we're throwing the ball on every play, and so just let that be known. That's a +2 to a +1, so it's going to be advantage to the defense. Another defensive stop, incomplete. 3rd down and 10 from the 20. 5:15 left in the game. And another defensive stop. And that's going to be a 3 and out for Los Angeles. Actually, let's go ahead and go for it on 4th down at the 20. And this will be basically the last play of the game if they don't make it. All right, so Tampa Bay comes up strong, and another defensive stop. So a 4 and out, and turnover on downs. Well, the game is all but over at this point, and so we're going to leave it at that, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I'm not really trying to keep stats or anything for a season replay, so I don't feel the need to play it out. But Tampa Bay, so there was 7 here, and there was 7 for here. No, 14, right? They got 14 in the quarter. Yeah. So 14 here. So 28-31. We're going to call the final on this one 31-17. And so that's going to be Tampa Bay over Los Angeles, 31-17. So a good game. Tampa Bay really took control there in the 4th quarter. But hopefully this gives you a pretty good flavor. Watch the first half too. I'll put a link to the first half of this football game as well. And you can download these components at the link in the description. You can download the new timer that also has the cheat sheet. So I'll show you that. So it's got all sorts of things, what to do on a deep pass, a sack, goal line defense, what the team attributes mean, and how they get applied. There's a Hail Mary and an onside kick, what to do for big plays and explosive plays. So maybe a little bit of a cheat sheet just to remember sort of all the different parts of the game, and hopefully help you to play a little bit, and gives you a little something to play on, like a little sort of something to play on and to keep the teams there. We have the individual players now. We have the big plays set as well. And so I think you have all the game components that you need to go out and play it. So I appreciate you if you went out and play it. And then just let me know what you think. Are there still some features? Are there some little details at this point that need to be added or changed? And how's the game play? Is it any fun? I don't know if it's any fun for you, but it certainly plays a little bit more quickly than most games on the market, while still giving you individual stats and all of those things. So, all right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.